Hello again, class. We are now moving on to example 2, simplifying an algebraic expression. I know it sounds pretty intimidating, but we can get through it. Alrighty, so part A of example 2, I'm going to go ahead and do the expression that we have been dealing with in example 1. So if you remember, go ahead and write it. If not, follow after me. 9x minus 2 plus 7 minus x. Okay, I'll give you a moment to write that down. If you need a lot of time, go ahead and pause the video. Now, I'm thinking back to my steps from example 1, and I'm thinking, what is my first thing that I should do? Check back at your notes. Yes, rewrite as a sum of terms. So I'm going to go ahead and change my marker, and I'm going to say popcorn, or add the opposite, for every subtraction that I see. That addition sign right there, between the 2 and the 7, do not touch it. It is addition. Only touch the subtraction. Only change subtraction. Popcorn. Okay. I know it's repetitive, but you need to hear it. So I am going to go ahead and rewrite that whole equation. I have 9x plus negative 2 plus 7 plus negative x. Now, in example 1, I had you guys list the terms and then list the like terms, but now I want you to go ahead and simplify the equation. Now, whenever I or a book or a test asks for the simplest form, it's meaning that the equation or the expression should have no like terms and no parentheses. That means you've done all you could to simplify this equation. So I'm going to go ahead and use commutative property. I'm going to write that in blue so you can remember. I'm using commutative. Please write this as well. Prop. I'm going to go ahead and abbreviate this. Of addition. And that tells me that I can move any term wherever I want so that it makes it easier. So what do you think I should move next to the 9x? If I'm thinking about like terms, yes, I am going to go ahead and move that negative x over. So I'm going to have 9x plus negative x plus negative 2 plus 7. Does everyone understand what I did there? Let me change my color so I can show you what I did. I simply moved this guy all the way over here so that it would be easier to add together because they have the same variable to the same power at the end. Okay? So, 9x plus negative x. Now, class, I want you to look at this right here. You may be thinking, well, there's no number, no coefficient in front of the x. But there is. Whenever there's no number and there's a negative or a positive, that just means 1. That just means that there's one x. This one means that there are 9 x's. So 9 plus negative 9x plus negative 1x, I want you to think there. They have different signs, so you're going to find the difference, keep the, very good, sign of the larger number. So the difference is 8. And I'm going to keep the sign of the larger number, which is positive here, because the 9 is larger and it's a positive. So positive 8x, please do not forget the variable or you would change the number completely, plus negative 2 plus 7. Alrighty. Now I have simplified my x's as much as I could, but I do have two numbers to the right. I have that negative 2 and that 7. I can combine those because technically they have the same variable, which is no variable, and which has the same power, which is no power. So it's negative 2 plus 7. And now I want you to use your skills from chapters 1 and 2 and go ahead and add that for me. So we have 8x plus, let me change my marker color. Look at here, you have a negative and then you have a positive. They're different. So find the difference and keep the sign of the larger. Thank you. The difference is 5. And I'm going to keep the sign of the larger, which is positive. So your answer should be 8x plus 5. Understood? Now this is a very, very simple algebraic expression, and as we move further on into the lesson and into this chapter, it will get more complicated, but the rules stay the same. Just always be so careful about every step. You can do it. Alrighty, now we're about to move on to B, but I want you to try one on your own. Now, I'm going to wipe this out. Okay, now I want you to do this one on your own. You ready? Get out your pens, get out your pencils actually, because I don't want you to mess up. On your own. Okay, I want you to try this one on your own. You have 14 minus 3z plus 8 plus z. Okay, now remember, change it into a sum and use your commutative property and find the like terms. Now you can pause the video, solve it, and then play it again and I will show you the answer. Okay, good luck. Alright, time's up. Well, you could have paused it however long you wanted to solve your problem. Now, I'm going to reveal the answer. So, you combine your like terms, which first I would start with the variable, so negative 3z and a z. But you would popcorn first. So if you did it correctly, if you change it into a sum and then you added the like terms, it should have been, ready, negative 2z plus 22. Ta-da! Negative 2z plus 22. Please high five yourselves if you got that. Way to go.